Hello, hello, hello. I am T. Shanae, and real quick, before we get started, the question for this video, for this series that we're about to start is, am I a seer? And I just want you to know that if you are watching this video, that kind of gives it away. You are a seer. You seers seek, right? But we're going to get more into it. So if you're watching, though, there's a strong chance that that is exactly who you are. Many seers are being awakened right now. So you have not stumbled across this video by chance. I am here to help. And hey, let's get started. This is going to be an 8-part series. And right now, today, we're going to talk about, am I a seer? All right, let's go.
You're about to experience a moment with T. Shanae. Be prepared to be encouraged, enlightened, and engaged in a life-changing way.
All right, let's get started. Am I a seer? All right. So I have my notes over here, and I'll be looking, both ways because I have to keep myself in line on track because I will chase a rabbit. So you'll see me looking at my notes, and so don't get distracted by that. Okay. So I'm gonna look over here. A seer is someone who God gives spiritual perception to. What does that mean? You see through dreams, through visions, symbolic images. You have an inner knowing. And I think that's what brought you here. you know, you just need to know. There's always this question like, did I just see that? Like, why am I seeing that? That question is always there. So that inner knowing is so strong that it drives you to seek out, what is this gift? What is this thing? And if you don't know it you can easily end up being used in other places. Well, we'll talk about that in another video at another time. So you also have very strong discernment, like very strong discernment. It's not on on an average level, but because your senses are also used as a seer, the Bible speaks of your discernment being increased through the senses because you're using it, right? You don't just see and go. You're There's a lot more to it, so I don't want to get off into that. So there's also patterns and warnings and confirmation. So when you see, it can shake you up a little bit because you're not seeing something that always is profitable. Like you really want to tell somebody something great. I just saw, this angel just float down from heaven and just pour all these blessings on you. And it's like, wait a minute. There's a warning. God always sends a warning before destruction. And we said yes. At some point we said yes. And I really want to touch on that too, because for myself, many of you don't know me, but you've heard me say, if you follow me for in life, not just on social media, but I was born a seer. Seers run in my family, so I sought out information to find out, and my actual words were, what is wrong with me? So I want one, just pause for a second. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not weird. You're not strange. You see what you see because God allows you to see. And He allows you to see so you can help others who can't see and who can see, who can't hear and who can hear, right? Because it's all different things, different phases that people go through in life, and sometimes you can just go through something so traumatic that you no longer hear God's voice as clear as you used to. It doesn't mean that He's not speaking. It doesn't mean that He's not showing you things, but life happens. So just pause for a moment. There's nothing weird or wrong about you. You're not a witch. You're not a soothsayer, a medium. You're none of that. God gave you that gift. And before you seek out any information about it, I invite you to your knees always, always, not for a few minutes. As a seer, you have to spend hours. Listen, you have to spend hours in God's presence. You cannot be that 5, 10, 15 minute on the way to work, on the way here, on the way there, on the side of the bed. Won't. No, you have to live, breathe, eat these moments, these times in prayer. There are times where you'll go down on your knees and it's maybe 2 o'clock. And when you get up, it might be 6 o'clock. It might be 4 o'clock. But you take that time, but to you, it's gonna feel like it was maybe 15 minutes because you're not just on your knees speaking into a blank void. And I believe that that is what we struggle with as believers when we talk about prayer. People don't want to take the time, oh, I'll just pray on my way to work. But what you're missing out on, that intimacy with God. There's a place that He takes us in prayer that nothing around you matters. Time is not there. You're just with Him. And God has so much He wants to reveal to us, reveal to you, share with you. If we just step aside, move our agenda, our calendars out of the way. And that as a seer, you must. Otherwise, you'll be just as confused as the next person. As a seer, you have to spend time with God. You have to. There is no negotiating this. Seers, you don't see as you go. It's as you pray, as you lay, as you stay before the master's feet. He shows you, He reveals it to you. If you didn't have the time to pray, then He wouldn't have given it to you. You have the time. I promise you. You have the time. You have the time. Now, listen to that important clarification, clarifiers is that it's important to know that every seer does not see the same way. You don't see the same way. So, how God reveals things to you through dreams, through open visions, or even when the Spirit crosses over into this realm, which we'll talk about weeks on, down the line. This is very important that we lock in early. You have to lock in early to God. The spirit realm is real. It's busy. It's busier than the earth. It's really busy. And there are voices, there are spirits, light and dark. God knows that. He tells us that my sheep know my voice, and that of a stranger they will not follow, because there's other voices. So always listen for Him and His direction. So not every seer is going to see the same. Some will see pictures, some will see patterns, some, oh God, you'll see what's behind people's words. Lord have mercy. This is good and bad. Because this one, the seeing behind people's words, I think that helps when someone is struggling and they just they don't want to talk about it because they feel like, I don't want to complain. I don't want to lay this on you, but that's because they think that we don't care, like we don't have the time. Again, going back to time, when we labor with God, He shows us things like that is coming, like He's prepared us for that moment where the person is going to need us, and we have to see beyond the surface, not us seeing like we don't need a visual, of a voice box or something. No, we need to see, we need to discern. Yeah, we need to feel that in here. We need to see behind the words and go ahead and take the time to listen, to really tune in and find out what exactly are they dealing with. How can I help? What does God want me to say? What does God want me to do? Right. All right. So again, let's get a spiritual anchor. I'm sorry, Amos 3:7, and I'm reading the New American Standard Bible. Said God reveals to His servants, the prophets. First of all, let me just pull it up. Let me hold on 1 second. All right. I'm going to start at verse 1. Hear this word which the Lord has spoken against you, sons of Israel, against the entire family which he brought up from the land of Egypt. You only you only have I chosen among all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Do two men walk together unless they have made an appointment? Does a lion roar in the forest when he has no prey? Does a young lion growl from his den unless he has captured something? Does a bird fall into a trap on the ground when there is no bait in it? Does a trap spring up from the earth when it captures nothing at all? If a trumpet is blown in a city, will not the people tremble? If a calamity occurs in a city, has not the Lord done it? Sure, the Lord God does nothing unless he reveals his secret counsel to his servants, the prophets. Now, listen, in the Old Testament, the seers were once called prophets, or the prophets, I'm sorry, were once called seers. So God does not do anything in the earth without first revealing it to his prophets, without first revealing it to his seers. Now, as I've been um told, and as I've studied throughout the years, I've heard that every prophet is not a seer, and not every seer is a prophet. It's rare that you will encounter a prophet that does not see, but you do, right? You do. So I don't want to go into that either. All right. So then also we'll take a look at Jeremiah 1. What do you see? God asked him, what do you see? So let's go ahead and pull that up. And the reason why I want to take time here is because if you don't see yourself in the word, if you don't see your gift, it's easy for the enemy to try to use it against us. Okay. So my glasses on for this one. The words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah. I'm at chapter 1, Jeremiah 1. Okay. Um, of the priests who were in Anatoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of the Lord came in the days of Josiah, the son of Amon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the exile of Jerusalem in the 5th month. Now, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, before you were born, I consecrated you. I have appointed you a prophet to the nations. Then said, alas, Lord God, behold, I do not know how to speak, because I am a youth. But the Lord said to me, do not say I am a youth, because everywhere I send you, you shall go. And all that I command you, you shall speak. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you to deliver you, declares the Lord. Behold, then the Lord stretched out his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said to me, behold, I have put my words in your mouth. See, I have appointed you this day over the nations and over the kingdoms, to pluck up, to break down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, what do you see, Jeremiah? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then the Lord said to me, you have seen well, for I am watching over my word to perform it. The word of the Lord came to me a second time, saying, what do you see? And I said, I see a boiling pot facing away from the north. Then the Lord said to me, out of the north the evil will break forth on all the inhabitants of the earth. For behold, I am calling all the families of the kingdoms of the north, declares the Lord. And they will come and they will set each one his throne at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem, and against all its walls round about, and against all the cities of Judah. I will pronounce my judgments on them concerning all their wickedness, whereby they have forsaken me and have offered sacrifices to other gods and worshiped the works of their own hands. Now, doesn't this sound like a warning, right? All right. But what I really want to point out here is God asking Jeremiah, what do you see? Jeremiah positioned himself before the Lord So God could speak to him, so God could share with him, show him things. What do you see? Right? That's amazing to be in that position and spend that time with God. So you know that God is the one that's showing you. So when you're in that time of prayer, God is training us. He's training us to so we'll know how he operates through us with the gift, right? So when something strange happens, that's for a reason. That's for a reason. So when something strange happens, you're like, wait, what is that? No, 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 mm-mm. God didn't. That's not how, and you can like, skirt, let me take this back to the Lord. Let me take this back to the Lord and make sure, like, God, am I tripping? Is this you doing something different? Because he can, right? Try the spirit by the spirit though. All right. So the first confirmation of being a seer, and I kind of hinted towards it at the beginning of the video, is that seers seek. What do they seek? Well, right now you're seeking to find out why you see what you see. Is there a name for this? What is this called? Am I a seer? Seers don't just see, they search. When you see something, you search it out. You want to know, what was that? And you don't take it at face value. You go deeper, you look deeper, you peel the layers back. All right. I have another point here. Seers seek answers and truth because what God shows to us matters. We seek answers. You don't blow God off. If God shows you something, you don't blow him off. Don't, oh, I'm busy right now. I'll get back to it. No, no, no. Don't blow God off. Pause. Take a moment. The Lord is showing me something. The Lord is speaking to me. The Lord is doing something, right? God is not to be ignored. All right. So take that time. Seers research, study, and pray. Yeah, we pray like your life depends on it. So you may not be that one time a day person that prays, or in the morning, or have this carved out time, which is cool. If that's what you have to do, that's what you need to do. But when you're living the life of a seer, then you are praying for hours upon hours, and you are listening, you are writing, you are receiving, you are releasing it. It's a flow. And at times it can feel a little overwhelming, but that's when you just got to check that part of you. Check it in, pay attention, because it's not a good thing to neglect yourself, right? And then when you get tired, y'all know what happens, or we can talk about that later. Okay. The proof of a seer is not only in what you see, is how seriously you pursue the understanding. In all you're getting, get understanding. That's the word. In all you're getting, get understanding. For one, here are a few practical signs. Let me see. I have 4 of them. One, you can't let it go. You see something, you can't let it go. Oh my God. Why did I see this? Oh, you're trying to go on with you, and it just keep hitting you. You can't let it go. You can't let it. You got to get your journal. You got to write it down. You got to look up every single, where it was a bird. I saw a bird. I saw a clock. I saw a color. I saw a person. You write it all down. And then number 2, you feel burdened until you understand. It's a heavy. It's God's burden though. It's not like the burden of man that you just, it stresses you out. You lose your hair, you lose your mind. No. It's a burden from the Lord that keeps nagging at you until you get that understanding. All right. You can't let it go. Number 3, you pray for interpretation more than attention. What? You pray for the interpretation more than attention. Now that's deep. Lord, give me the interpretation of what you just showed me, and then let me know what you would have me to do with if it's me at all. I don't want to take the attention away from what you're doing or what you're showing me, but give me an interpretation, please. All right. And number 4, you want to know what God is saying, not just what you saw. So what are you saying, Lord? So what are you saying through this vision, Lord? And wait and listen. You don't have to fill space up in prayer with talking. You ask a question and you wait and you listen. All right? Okay. And now let's go into the weight of the gift, which I kind of mentioned it a few minutes ago. And this is why the understanding matters. Okay. Seeing is not the finish line. I love this. Seeing is not the finish line. The interpretation of what you saw, that is. Okay? Just because you saw it, don't mean you run off and, oh, guess what I saw? Well, no. Mm-mm. Wait for the interpretation. All right. All right. Number two, many people see something and mislabel it. That actually goes together. So if you see it, seeing is not the finish line, you need to interpret it. And then the next step is don't mislabel it. Sometimes we see something and we mislabel it, right? A lot of times you'll see something and you think it's for you. And vice versa. You think, oh, that's for my mama. Oh, that's for my best friend. Oh, that's for my brother. That's for my cousin, my sister. No. Chill. Just give God a moment. Let's not slap our label on something real quick. We'll mislabel it, okay? And just because you saw something doesn't mean you understand it. Just because this right here keeps pride away. Listen, just because you saw it doesn't mean you understand it. There are plenty of times I've been in a room with my friends and my family, and I'll see something and it catches my attention, and my mom or my best friend or somebody will say, you saw something, didn't you? And I'm like, mm-hmm. And sometimes they're waiting on me to say, well, what did you see? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm okay with saying I don't know. I'm gonna wait and let God tell me, what did I just see? And why did I just see that? And what would you like me to do with that? Because sometimes he's just telling me a story. He's revealing it throughout the day as I go. And if I jump the gun, oh, mislabeled, mishandled, abort mission. Daniel saw in the Bible, he asked for understanding. Look, that's why prophets, seers, and I'll just go so far as believers in general, like, we gotta know our word. I don't want to Bible bash, but we gotta do better. We gotta do better. We as seers, we're not called, be careful with this one, okay? You're not called to impress, right? You're not called to impress anybody. So don't think that you have to be so on point, that so everybody will be impressed. We're called to be accurate with God and what he's given us, right? Not accurate to impress man, but accurate to impress upon God, the seriousness that you're taking with this gift, okay? All right. Which is going to go into the next section that I want to talk about, and it's a warning. Don't be mesmerized by your gift. Please, please, please do not be mesmerized by your gift. This is a major pillar. All right? Do not, I'm getting loud. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Your gift, you can turn your gift into an idol. You can allow other people to turn your gift into an idol. Don't be mesmerized. If you see something, or they tell you, because and sometimes this gift comes with the ability to interpret dreams. So when people bringing dreams to you, telling you what they saw, and don't be mesmerized by it. Don't be mesmerized. Be very careful. All right. Do not fall in love with being the one who sees. Oh my God. Don't fall in love with you and your gift. The one who sees. I am the one who sees. Okay. Okay. But understand that without God, we can't see. Without God, we don't have understanding. Without God, there's no interpretation. Okay. All right. Third point on this being not to be careful not to be mesmerized. Be careful with people who over celebrate you. Be careful with people who try to elevate you because you saw something. Mm. Be careful with people who push you to perform. What did you see? Do you see anything? Do you see anything? You see something now? You see, we having this thing, and I want you to come and tell people about what you see. Perform. Be careful with people who make your gift your identity. Come on, y'all. A moment of silence. Mm. We'll talk about that one in a little while. Stay clear of people who try to elevate you because you saw something, right? Stay clear of that. Stay clear of those platforms. Stay clear. Make sure you're not elevating yourself, all right? Or allowing yourself to be elevated. I have to say that again. All right. Humble yourself. You know why? Because the humble hear from God. The proud hear from flesh. Humble yourself. Don't be mesmerized by your gift. Don't let labels lift you up. If anybody lifts you up, you go low. They go high, we go low on our knees. They try to give you a platform, you go low on your knees. No, I'll take the stairs. That's okay. I'll stay it right here. You go ahead. Pride, it makes your gift noisy. It's a lot comes with pride. That's a spirit, right? And everything starts to get noisy and busy, and it's a distraction designed to remove you from the position where you can hear from God clearly. There's isolation involved in hearing from God. It's not a bad level of isolation, not to the point of depression, but you have to pull away. You have to go away, and you have to be willing. Jesus did it. All right. If you go away, you remain humble, and humility keeps you clean. It keeps you clear. It keeps you focused. It allows you to help. This is a very amazing gift that you must handle with care. You have to handle this gift with care. The gifts of prophecy, and it's the seer gift, handle with absolute care. Work on not being offended. If you tell somebody you saw something and they label you with something else, work on not being offended. It's okay if you see something and God tells you he gives you an interpretation, and he tells you it's time to share, and they don't receive it, and you get rejected. Hey, remember, they're rejecting God and not you. And it's not, that doesn't make it okay. Like, we don't want God to be rejected. We're really trying to help. We are really trying to warn, but we really have an enemy that will make people think that, oh, you're just this negative person that's always speaking evil and always plotting and planning their downfall. And sometimes you just got to go away just to cry and get that off of you, to cleanse your soul, cleanse your mind, your heart, your spirit, and don't walk away from God, because that'll happen. Because rejection comes with any gift. Any gift any believer has, rejection is going to come, right? But God's grace is sufficient. All right. So I think that's enough for right now. I did want to hit on Samuel. I will say, just as study points, in your Bible, study Gad the seer. It's not a lot, but still, you need this in your arsenal. So when the enemy comes to try to tell you who you're not, then you'll know that you are mentioned in the Bible. You're not Gad, but your gift is in the Bible. A real seer doesn't just reveal mysteries. A real seer is revealing the voice of God, the heart of God, the plans of God. Okay, all right, you warn. So look up Gad when you get time. Also look up Samuel. Look up Elisha. Look up Daniel. Okay, make sure you take a look at that. All right, one last point. Okay, before I go, I believe I mentioned this in another video before, but I want to go ahead because it's in my notes. All right, the bloodline factor. Your gift, 10 times out of 10, did not start with you, and because it didn't start with you, it didn't end with you. You're not the only one in your bloodline. You're not the only one in your family who can see. You owe it to yourself to get to know your family spiritually. Don't get aggravated and pull away and, oh, I don't go around my family because XYZ. No, go around your family and figure out XYZ. Work that out, okay? So, spiritual gifts, I said, run in the bloodline. You may be the first one in your family to name it, but not the first to carry it. So, you're studying to help your family. Now, this is awesome because this is actually what happened to me. I knew I could see, but I honestly did not take it as serious as I needed to until my children started seeing. And it hit me in my chest. I said, I cannot have my children out here confused and wondering. And now I have to find answers. I need to search this out. And I have journals all over the house with it, if I saw something, if I dreamed it, they can just pick it up now, and look at it to this day. And they're all adults now. But that gift, when I saw it in my boys, I said, oh my God. Uh, I honestly, I didn't thank God first. I was fearful because of the way I had been treated. Like nobody in my family mistreated me. Nobody. My mom never made me feel like something was wrong with me. Is that this was in our family. My grandmother never made me feel like I was weird. She actually told me, there's nothing wrong with you. You have a double whammy. That's what she called me, a double whammy, because it sears on both sides of my family. So I see more than anybody in the family. That's what she said. All right. So seeing that in my boys, it made me, okay, let me help. Let me help. So have a heart for your family. Have a heart to get to know your family so you can help everybody, your cousins, your aunts, everybody. All right. So your family may have dreamers, discerners, intercessors. Oh my God, do I? Yes, Lord. Sensitive people in your family. People who always knew, like they when something happens, they like, I knew it, and that aggravates you. That's not to aggravate. They did know. They did know. They saw it. They felt it. They sensed it. They knew. That's in your family. Okay. People who warned others and were ignored. It's people in your family who warned some people and they were ignored and tragedy struck. There's so many stories. Don't disconnect from your family. God blessed tribes of people. He also destroyed tribes of people. So you come from a people, from a bloodline that is blessed, that is gifted by God. Connect with your family and you'll see why the enemy fought you so hard to be offended with your family, to move away from your family because they get on your nerves. You'll see the enemy's hand in that. Once you start digging beyond the surface, be a digger, Seer. Be a digger. Dig beyond the surface of the family issues, and you'll see the power and the presence of God waiting to be restored in that bloodline. Wow. Don't overlook your family. Wow. All right. I'm going to close here and understand this. You don't have to fear your gift. Don't fear your gift. If you see something that is shaking you up, take it back to God always. Make sure He's the source of that. And let Him know why you're seeing it, because it could be a warning, tragedy. I've had visions before that just shook me to my core. And then it actually happened. And I was even more shaken and afraid to see again. Your gift is going to grow as you spend time in prayer, as you spend time in worship, as you spend time in the Word, spend time understanding God's Word. I would steer away from devotions that are written by people. No offense, but I have devotions that I've written. But in this season of seeing, your only devotion needs to be the Bible. From Genesis to Revelation, it needs to be the Bible, because it's going to save your life. It's going to save your mind. It's going to save your family. It's going to save you. All right. So this week, pay attention to what keeps repeating, what God is showing you, because sometimes he's giving you a story line. So don't just grab one thing and run off with it. You ask God, show Him why He's sharing with you what He's sharing with you. Okay. Pray for clarity. Pray for understanding. Stay humble. Ask for wisdom. That's a lot, huh? It's really not. It's really not. It'll be beneficial to you. So in answering the question, am I a seer? I will say, yes, you are. You stay to the end of this video. Yes, you are. And God is going to bless you. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Our episode 2 is going to be on how seers see and why it looks different from everyone else. All right. That'll be our next episode. Thank you so much for joining me. And I pray that you would have an amazing day. And don't forget to seek God in all you do, in all you're getting. Get that understanding. Trust Him. Believe in Him. Stand on the truth.
This has been A Moment with T. Shanae. Thank you for listening. Now, go be great.